Here at the Bloomington Ice Garden today, and going to be a little bit tricky, difficult to shoot this one. As you can see, I'm ice level shooting through the glass, so going to be a little bit harder for everybody to see everything that's going on all the way around. So we'll they got 3.5 minutes left in the warm-ups, and then we'll get puck dropped and get going as they play the West Dundee Leafs. And I believe this is a team from Illinois, so team I don't know anything about. So, Hunter Nash will be the attendee in this first game today. So we're going to struggle here for a little bit to see, but once the game gets going, we'll open things up a little more. About 2 minutes left in the warm-ups here for the boys. All right, about 40 seconds left here in the warm-up, so we'll get pucks picked up and we'll get started. So I see Connor Kyle made it today and joining the boys on the bench. So Connor and Easton both here for this one. We're looking forward to hearing how Mav's doing and getting these boys back around. I saw Connor on ice this week holding a stick. That's a huge step in the right direction. I think he still is forbidden to shoot any pucks or whatever, but he still was able to start putting a stick in his hand, and that's a step towards being ready to get back on the ice. So. Pucks will get picked up here, and then we'll So view's going to be a little hard, especially when we get to that far end of the arena. All right. Hunter Nash in the net for the Lightning. So I think early in the season here, some of the biggest things to watch for and some of the things we want to see growth in from here on is in speed and effort. And so hopefully we start seeing that notch up a bit. So starting for the Lightning today, looks like we have Horbach and Olsen as the defense, and Langseth, Betley, and Pratish the forwards. Betley in for this face-off here. Puck one. Horbach trying to fire that one towards Olsen, who was jumping up the left side but unable to get that through. Puck now comes in on the far side half wall, where Pratish will pick it up. Works around the end wall. Pratish coming up the near side half wall, has it knocked off his stick, turned into the zone. Good job by Pratish there, Betley, to get back in there. Shot, blocker save by Nash. Olsen working on the end wall against the West Dundee team. Centering pass, pushed through. Horbach going to pick it up on the near side half wall, and he's just going to ice this. So we'll have a face-off right here in this near dot. So. All right, Lehman and Miller, the defense. Savino centering this line with Ryan and Warachka. So face-off pulled back, controlled by West Dundee. Shot saved by Nash. Picked off his stick by Lehman. Lehman going to throw it off the glass, but unable to clear. And the puck gets picked up on the near side half wall. Cross-ice pass. They set up on the far side half wall, coming across to the far D, deflected down off of our own stick and into the net. So at 13:57 here, remaining in the first period, Lightning now down by 1. All right, Vertnik in on this slide with Gammon and Knutson. Olsen and Moore, the defense. Skating across. All right, Vertnik with the puck here now on the far side half wall. Lost that there. It'll be picked up by Gammon. Gammon up to Olsen. Olsen, trying to hit Knutson, but behind him, no icing. Is going to let it go into the zone. Knutson putting body on the puck carrier down there, breaking it free. Puck comes loose, and they're rushing in front. And we're going to have a penalty called on Olsen for a slash. So with 13:22 remaining in the first, Lightning are going to be shorthanded. All right, Betley and Pratish, the forwards on this penalty kill. Nash and Lehman, the defense. Or Horbach, on defense. Shot, block, glove save, off to the side, flip to the side by Horbach, but not out. Leafs bringing this around to the top, rotating, drops the puck at the point, rotating far D to D, dropping down. So they're running an umbrella here for part of it. Horbach able to separate the puck carrier from the puck, but they end up back in control. Good stick there by Nash to poke that pass away, and then shot comes in. Sorry, it's a whole lot quicker, a whole lot harder to call the game from down here, so I'm struggling a little bit with the angle. All right, Savino and Ryan, the forwards on this line. Okay, puck pulled back by the Leafs, rotating far side, scissor across, cutting across come for the shot on the ice and in. So 12:33 remaining here in the first. Lightning down 2-0. So Moore and Miller, the defensive pair. Knudsen with Vertnik and Warashka. And we have another goal. So 3-0 now with 12:22 remaining here in the first. Vertnik in for this face-off. All right, so forward change now has Bentley, Pratish, and Langseth out there with Moore and Miller. Face-off pulled back. Moore to pick that up, dumps it around, but unable to clear. Bentley picks that up along the half wall and separates the puck carrier, but then has it come off of him and Moore's stick. Pratish able to dig it out. Pratish trying to get it up the boards and can't. Loose puck there on the half wall. And where Pratish is trying to get out and around, but the Leafs end up picking this back up and turning it back, coming into the offensive end. Shot steered to the side by Nash. And puck carried out by the Leafs as they regroup in the neutral zone. Bentley applying pressure with Langseth. Pass through the middle, picked up there by Pratish. Pratish trying to chip that one forward and takes a hit there along the boards. Puck comes up the near side. Savino stepping in to try to hold the zone and does. Puck down deep, held by the Leafs. They get turned. Puck coming out. Tommy Ryan there with the puck, putting on some effort. Tommy Ryan comes in, shot on net, around the backside. Puck comes up. Big hit there by Tommy Ryan. So Leafs with the puck, skating up, coming through center. Tommy Ryan again putting on a stop and turning that puck the other way. Shot on net, glove down by the goaltender. It's a great shift there. Tommy Ryan flying everywhere. All right. See Lehman and I believe that's Horbach as the defense. Horbach trying to hold the zone there, has a puck jump out and around his stick, and it's a one-on-one back as Lehman pushes that puck but unable to clear it, and the Leafs pick it up, carry around the end, trying to wrap around, loses off his stick. Near half wall, Vertnik will engage. Knudsen working to get it there with Lehman. Puck rotates to the far side where it's picked up on the half wall by Horbach. Puck rotates down deep now. Lehman with the puck throws it up the far side half wall and it goes through the Leafs player. There's a race on the other side over there. Puck down deep in our end. Lehman going to pick that one up. They wave icing off. Lehman to Miller. Miller loses it off his stick. Puck comes out front. Lehman trying to get it away, and it ends up off the shin pad behind. Bentley puts a hit on a guy, and Lehman picks up the puck. Miller now working to get that puck out. Loses it on the half wall. Bentley working with him. Bentley trying to chip it to shot. Wide of everything. Comes up the far side half wall. Puck on the end wall now. Miller puts a body on. Puck stopped there. Langseth stepping in front as the shot goes wide. Leaf with the puck behind the net. Bentley puts a bump on there and separates him from the puck. And the puck comes up here to Langseth. Langseth overskates that, tries to get it out, takes a shot there on the half wall, and the Leafs hold the zone. Shot off of a skate, stopped in front. So puck now tied up on the end wall. Body's down. Puck comes up that far side. Shot coming. Bodied in, covered up there by Nash. All right, wholesale line change for the Lightning. So Horbach and Moore, the defense. Forwards are Savino and Vertnik. Vertnik there to get the puck off of Savino, and Vertnik going to try to get around and get to this puck. Him and Savino pressuring, but the Leafs player able to get it and run it around the boards. Horbach comes in after it, but the puck is thrown back down deep far corners. Savino trying to take that puck and make a move, but loses it there, where Moore then will step up and take it in the neutral zone. The Leafs player, it takes control and then loses it, and then puck gets returned back to the Leafs defense. Loose puck now coming back to Moore. Moore sending it forward, trying to hit racing Ryan, but unable to get to it is Ryan, and the Leafs turn it back the other way, coming far side, near side. Bounce pass comes in. We should have icing, and we do, so we'll have an icing here with 8:11 remaining in the first period. Lightning trailing by 3. Right. Langseth in for this face-off. Defense is Miller and Horbach. Face-off pulled back by the Lightning, but not in control. And the Leafs come up this side, and they're going to have an odd man rush again. Oh, and it just slips off the end of his stick there. Oh, Langseth pushes the puck to the half wall, where Knutson will work to pick it up there. Back to Langseth, who's just going to throw it high off the glass and out. No icing. So Jacob Gammon putting the pressure on there as the Leafs push back the other way. Miller and Lehman, the defense. Bentley stepping underneath and does a good job angling him off that. Shot coming from the point, wide of the net. Gammon now working to that half wall. Shot taken. Shot, off the pipe, off the other pipe, and swept to the side by Miller. Miller using his body to try to get this puck out, but can't. It's sitting in the corner here. Bentley gets tangled up with the goal to throw this puck out, and we're going to have an icing. .7:04 remaining here in the first period. Lightning trail by 3. Warachka and Pratish and Bentley. Face off won by the Leafs. Shot coming right away wide. Moore on defense with Horbach. Horbach able to string that one loose. Moore has it stuck in his feet, and Bentley will pick it up here. Bentley looking to regroup behind the net. Comes up, hitting Pratish, or Horbach, excuse me, but unable to get that one in control. Puck still laying loose out in the neutral zone. Leafs now going to bring that one back in. Shot wide of the net, up around the boards and up to the point. Gorachka puts a big hit on. Centering pass, wide of the net, rotated to the far side half wall. Pertis putting a hit on there, and Moore now coming down to the end wall for this puck. Casey Moore working against them. Shot, knocks a stick out of Bentley's hand, and the puck is in the net. Loose puck laying there, and the Leafs poke it home to go up 4-0 here in the first. Right. It's like Stam in for this face-off. Puck pulled back by the Leafs. Miller trying to work that far side half wall. Unable to keep it out, but Lehman does. Stam working there with the puck through center ice. lost in his feet, looking for a play, going to bang it off the wall, trying to hit Ryan as Ryan was heading into the zone, but hits a body and doesn't get through. Leafs come back this way, on near side. A couple of bodies going there. Shot on ice to the backside post. Puck picked up by Miller on the far side half wall up to Ryan. Ryan with the pass to Savino. Savino making a little move there. Savino coming in 1-on-0. And that one's blocked to the side. Puck chipped up ice. Picked up there by the Leaf in there to swat that to the side, and then he jumps forward. Puck, move made there by the Leafs player. Good hustle by Knutson to get back, but the Leafs player puts that one in to put them up at the 5:03 mark, 5-0. Johnny Vertnick in at center with Jacob Gammon and Lucas Knutson. Defense is Moore and Horbach. Puck dropped, sitting on the circle. Gammon able to poke that one forward for Knutson, but it comes off his stick and the Leafs dump it down deep. Moore going to pick it up on the far side half wall. Takes a shot there as he tries to push it forward, and the Leafs hold the zone. So, centering pass saved by Nash. Pushed up the near side half wall. Puck dropped there. Shot coming on the ice. 2 saves there. Rotating around back up to the point. Knutson attacking the puck carrier. Gives him a little bump. Puck rotates from D to D. Gammon getting in the front of that. The shot comes and Nash will poke that to the side. So puck laying loose in our offensive end, or our defensive end, Leafs skating across. Puck lifted up in the air. Horbach puts a hit on right in front of us, and the puck comes away loose and is finally cleared out of the zone for Knutson. Knutson working to pressure them as the rest of his line changes. Knutson putting in a ton of effort there to get a line change for all of his partners there behind the scenes. So good job there, getting it done. Lehman picking it up, rotating around the end wall to Miller. Big hit, Miller puts on reversing, and Miller takes a hit now as Lehman picks the puck up and rotates it forward to Langseth. Langseth taking a hit as well. We're going to have an elbowing penalty called on the Leafs. So the Lightning are going to go on the power play here with 3:39 remaining in the first, trailing by 5. So Betley and Langseth and Pratish the forwards, Lehman and Miller the defense. Not sure why they stopped the play, but puck drop, pulled back by the Leafs, rotated around their far end wall. Hit coming by Miller. Betley to pick that one up. Betley trying to keep that one deep. It does for a second, and then it gets bumped out. Langseth rotating to Lehman. Lehman just going to flip it high into the air and into the zone where Betley is attacking. Betley towards the net. Centering pass to Pratish out of his reach. There, Langseth making a couple moves trying to get to that puck. Ends up on Pratish's stick, and he shoots it off the post. Langseth moving it out front. Puck is laying loose, picked up by the Leafs. And Betley with Miller trying to hold that. Langseth coming out of it on the half wall with the puck. Shoots a bouncer towards the net that goes wide. And the Leafs will exit up this near side. Miller rushing back to go get this. They're going to wave off icing. Miller picking that up. Miller looking for a pass and puts it right on the stick of a Leafs player. Pratish now with the puck. Pratish cross to Langseth. Langseth pressuring as the Lightning change behind him, and 50 seconds remain on the power play. Puck dumped down deep to Lehman. Lehman cross ice, hits Ryan in the skates. Ryan carries it in, but carries it in offside. So we'll have a stop now with 2:20 remaining in the period and 41 seconds left on the power play for the Lightning. Face-off pulled back. Oh, jumps over Horbach's stick, and the Leafs player comes in 1-on-0. Saved by Nash. So Ryan picking that puck up on the far side. Going to push up that far side, up through the middle now. Tommy Ryan carrying that into the zone. And carries it in offside. So 25 seconds left on the power play for the Lightning. Face-off pulled back by Vertnik. Olsen hustling back to this. The race from Olsen to the puck. Puck carrier, Leafs puck carrier gets to it first and scores. So shorthanded goal for the Leafs, and they're up 6-0 here at the minute 57 in the first remaining. Johnny Vertnik in for this face-off with Knudsen and Gammon. Lehman and Olsen the defense. Face-off push to the side. Gammon going to work to get to that puck. It's knocked off his stick and back to Lehman. Lehman to Olsen. Olsen looking for somebody here. Makes a move and then passes it forward. But Lehman ends up with the puck. And the puck comes off to a Leafs player, and then Vertnik picks it up. Gets a shot, but wide of the net. Puck in the far corner. Knudsen there up against the boards, trying to make a centering pass, but unable to get to one of our players, and the Leafs pick it up and carry it back into our zone. So good stick there by Olsen to poke that puck away as it rotates down to the end wall off of a stick there, and Lehman is going to flip this one up and out of the zone. Olsen going to attack as they throw it in deep offside. So with a minute and 11 remaining here in the period, we'll have a face-off at center ice. All right, puck is dropped, pushed forward by Betley. Betley pressuring into the offensive end, Leafs with the puck. They're going to rotate D to D and now exit out the center. Moore and Miller, the defense. Shot coming. Saved by Nash and covered up. So all right, Betley in for this face-off. Puck's dropped. Rotating around. Miller with the puck on the far side half wall, trying to chip it forward, but has it stopped there. Betley with it, tries to exit to Pratish. Pratish racing for this puck. Pratish centering pass to Betley, but no shot there as Betley gets pushed beyond the net also, and the puck comes out and around. More hustling back, more 2-on-1. Shot wide of the net, wraps around the far side half wall. Pratish poking it up out of there, poking it forward, and then taking the change. So Leafs regrouping on the backside, Knudsen with pressure, and there's the end of that first period. So rough first period for the Lightning here as you're going to find us down 6-0. My guess is we'll see running time until that increment gets down now. So 1 minute break and we'll be back. 15 minutes back up on the clock here. Lightning find themselves trailing 6-0. Horbach and Olsen going to be the defense. Betley, Langseth, and Pratish, the forwards. Puck pushed forward by Betley, controlled by the Leafs as they push it back into the middle. Puck comes back where Pratish then picks that one up in the neutral zone. Kind of gets it into the zone, but not in control, and the Leafs will rotate it far side. Betley stepping in, putting the puck on his skates, and Langseth doing the same. So Leafs now going to regroup back in their defensive end. Betley putting pressure on the puck carrier. Leafs go D to D. Pratish now picking up that pressure, causes a turnover, chipping it, but nobody there to pick up that chip, and the puck gets dumped down. Olsen there in a foot race with the Leafs player, takes the puck, loses an edge there. Good hustle back. I believe that was Betley to get in there and push that puck to the side, but the Leafs control now. Shot wide right, rotates around the boards. Langseth putting pressure on as the puck comes down the half wall. Olsen picking it up behind the net. Takes a hit there, and we're going to have a penalty called for elbowing, would be my guess, as that was a high hit. So 13:54 and counting, the Lightning will go on the power play. So Gammon, Knudsen, and Vertnik, the forwards. Miller and Lehman, the defense. Vertnik for the face-off. Puck dropped, won by the Leafs. Sitting on the half wall. Lehman steps up, tries to dump it deep, but can't get it deep, and the Leafs pick it up and carry it behind their own net. Knudsen trying to put a body on there, and the Leafs come out the far side, skating around our defense and in. Oh, good stick there by Nash as he had started to slide across the crease, and the puck got returned the other direction. Keep that one out of the net. Leafs with the puck shot. Steered to the corner by Nash. Picked up there by Miller. Miller rotating it around the end. But the Leafs in control, bringing it up to the point. Shot from the point. Kick to the side by Nash. Onto Miller. Miller trying to hit Knudsen. Knudsen putting pressure on there. Puck gets dumped down deep. Puck. Can't tell who had that one there. Vertnik now with it though. Vertnik gets it into the zone, throws it on net. Loose puck, trails to the side. Puck gets thrown high off the glass and out. Olsen now on the ice, chasing this one down, and we will have an icing. So 12:10 remaining here in the period and counting. 40 seconds left approximately on that penalty. So these face-offs, icings with running time, really do a good job of killing the face-off, or the penalty for them. Savino in with Stam and Warachka. Olsen and Moore the defense. Face-off pulled back by the Leafs. Savino there takes a bump and loses the puck behind the net. Stam able to cause a turnover in the corner. Savino and Stam battling the one puck carrier there in the corner. Still battling as it pushes up the far side half wall. Olsen steps in and pushes it back down deep. 4 seconds left on the penalty. Puck comes up the other side. Moore now pushing it down deep. Olsen with the puck. Lute has it knocked off his stick, and it'll come in offsides. So 11-10 and counting. Face off just outside the Lightning offensive end. Savino back in for this face off. Puck into the offensive end for a second, but controlled by the Leafs. Leafs push it forward. Up, picked up by Olsen in his defensive end. Backhand out. Savino in a foot race to get to this one. Savino lifting the stick. Tries to get to it, but ends up on a Leaf stick, comes in, Olsen holds the zone with it, shot into the net. So the shot took a funny bounce, and then the Tendy tried to sweep it away with the stick, and it ended up getting swept back into the net. So 6-1 the score now with 10:20 and counting in the second remaining. Bentley, Pratish, and Langseth the forwards. Horbach and shot by Pratish. Bellied up, sorry. Quick shot there by Pratish getting into the zone. We've got Lehman and Horbach, the two defensemen right now. All right, Bentley in for this face-off. Puck's dropped. Bentley puts it right to the net. Pratish was attacking that, and loose rebound, he just wasn't quick enough to get there. Bentley in for the face-off again. Puck sitting on the dot, stuck in some feet, finally on a Leaf stick as they chip it out. Puck goes past Lehman and is picked up by the Leafs. Good hustle by Pratish back there, forces the shot to go wide. The Leafs come and rotate this puck around the end boards as it comes over. Lehman steps in, chipping it forward, but unable to clear the zone. Puck gets chipped across, and they throw it out on their own, so the Leafs will have to regroup in the neutral zone. Drop pass. Pressure now by Bentley and Langseth. Pratish picks off that centering pass, and Bentley looking to put pressure on. Leafs regroup and carry out. Cross ice. Nice passing team this Leafs team is. So wrap around, comes up, feeds the point, rotating D to D, shot coming far side D, blocked by Nash, pushed into the corner, bump by Langseth on the Leafs player, puck at the point. Now he's going to skate across center, takes a shot, save, but a big rebound. Now behind the net, centering pass, shot blocked by, I believe that's by Horbach. Puck picked up, carried down deep by the Leafs around the end wall. Langseth getting tied up there with the puck carrier. Puck gets rotated up to the point. You're going to walk the line there, take a shot, steer to the side. Another shot coming backside, push to the end wall. Finally picked up there. Exit pass was trying to get Langseth on a change. Puck there lost, pushed out, and we're going to have an icing here. So Tommy Ryan was jumping onto the ice and had a chance for that as they saw him, but just couldn't quite make the play. And we'll have a face-off down deep in our end. 7:20 remaining in the second period, trailing by 5. Savino in for this face-off. Face-off sitting on the dot, picked up there by Savino. Savino trying to exit this up, gets it ahead to Stam. Stam trying to make a move through with Savino, but has it knocked off his stick, and up ice it goes. Ryan hustling back to cover for the defenseman that stepped in. Shot. So pass and a shot over the top of everything, and out of play with 6:39 remaining here in the period. No, you can't really see that net from here, so I'll try to change that angle a little bit. So Vertnik, Gammon, and Knudsen, the forwards. Can't see the defense right now from this distance. Puck's drop, pushed behind the net, picked up by the Leafs. Gonna dump it behind the net again. Olsen is out there, so Olsen's got him pinched up against the boards. Puck comes up the half wall. Knudsen gets a hit as he gets that puck out of the zone, and it's going to die here, no icing. And you see Gammon attacking the puck carrier. Puck rotated up that far side half wall. Puck lost there and then picked up and carried out. Leafs carries it in. Turnover. Vertnik loses that one. Leafs player, and then Olsen will pin the player to the boards until he passes it away. Shot coming backside, steered to the corner by Nash. Olsen bumps a carrier behind the net, and the puck gets picked up there. Oh, we're going to have a penalty there, as there's a high hit to, I believe, Vertnik, but he took a shot up high there. So 5:15 remaining in the game, and the Lightning will go, or in the second period, and the Lightning will go on the power play. So the clock's still running and a lot of talking going on right now, so I'm not sure if they're going to call something in excess of a standard 2-minute penalty. Looks like maybe a 2 and a 10. Okay, so shot. Oh, just the rebound, unable to put the rebound in, is Langseth. Puck laying loose in front. Shot, and in the net by Pertiche. Good job by Langseth and Pertiche to put a lot of pressure on there right away, and then to come back and dig that puck out and score. So the 2-minute penalty will be off. The 10-minute penalty will be sat still in the box. So we'll be back to 5-on-5. So face-off, pulled back. Moore with the puck now in the defensive end. Moore comes up the near side half wall, but it gets stuck there. Center ice picked out by Pertiche. Bentley now working to get that puck in with Langseth. Langseth pressuring the puck carrier. Pertiche now working his tail off there, gets inside the zone, gets the puck turned over, and then working to get ahead again. Here comes Pertiche battling the puck into the zone. Bentley now pressuring the puck carrier, rotates it up the half wall, where Langseth will pick that pass off that's lost. Langseth avoiding a check, but the puck is in Leaf control. Leafs coming up that side around Moore. Good stick by Lehman to stop that attack, but the Leafs still in control. Shot coming, and in the net. So the lead now back to 4, or to 5, excuse me, as it's 7-2. Savino in for this face-off with Stam and Ryan. Puck sitting on the dot. Savino goes... Sorry, lost the players there. This is Ryan with the puck now. Ryan trying to get out and around, takes a bump there. Savino attacking the puck carrier into the zone. Puck lost on the half wall. Held into the zone there by Horbach for a second, but then the Leafs player comes around him. Miller pressure, hustling back to pressure. Pass play there, wide of the net. Leafs in control, shot saved by Nash. Back to that left corner. Leafs in control behind the goal line. Pressure being applied. Puck picked up by the Lightning. Tries to get that puck forward and they're unable to get it out. Puck in control by the Leafs in front, shot, and in the net. So it's now 8-2. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Warachka, Gammon, and Vertnik, I believe, the forwards. Puck rotated back for Lehman. Lehman flips that one forward. Gammon putting pressure on. Puck ends up on Olsen's stick. Olsen gets tripped there. Tries to chip that one forward for Gammon. Leafs trying to regroup this, bring it up on the far side into the zone on the half wall. Olsen puts a hit on there. Puck rotates behind the net. Poked around and forward. Leafs control it. Bump put on there. and a shot put on the Layman, excuse me. Puck carried out front, loose puck laying in front. Pushed forward, Leafs going to rotate it down into the corner. Olsen picking it up there, taking a hit. Puck comes loose, picked up along the near side half wall. Going to push it up, takes a hit there. It's Pratish, I believe. No, Vertnik, sorry. Puck coming up. Vertnik now trying to put a hit back on as the puck comes deep into our end. Vertnik gloves that one down, throws it forward for Warachka. Warachka putting pressure on, but the Leafs control and rotate the end wall coming up the near side. Touch pass there. Olsen going to try to chip it around, but the Leafs in control still, so it didn't exit the zone. Open pass pushed ahead for Pratish. Pratish coming in with the puck there. Shot, loose puck in front, swept into the near corner. Pratish here working to get it towards the front of the net. Goes down. Vetley working with the puck carrier there. Kind of got away with a little trip. Olsen trying to hold the zone, and the puck gets thrown down deep. Moore stepping under the puck carrier. Vetley hustling back to help. Great back check there by the Lightning. And another save by Nash. So that save will probably end the second period as there's about 15 seconds left. So by the time they get everybody grouped back together, by the time they get everybody grouped back together, this will end the period. So. All right. So Lightning trail 8-2 here at the end of 2. We'll have a 1-minute break and then we'll be back. All right, there's a minute intermission over. Switching ends again. Horbach and Olsen the defense. Savino, Stam, and Ryan the forwards. Hunter Nash in the net, facing a lot of shots again today. Savino in for the face-off. Sorry, I know this is not the best spot, but Savino with the puck there, pushes it around and loses it off his stick. Puck rotated by the Leafs to the far side half wall where Horbach will pick it up. Just throws it though, and we end up with the turnover at the top of the circles. Ryan punching that one forward, stepping around a check. Stam will take the puck into the zone with Savino. Puck turned over there, rotated up, but held by Ryan. Ryan back to Savino. Savino trying to take a shot and trickles one in on net. We got equipment issue with our attendee. One of his straps came out. All right, Savino back in for the face-off. Puck pulled back by the Leafs. They're going to chip it up and out, and they're going to ice this puck. So we'll have a face-off coming right back down into that end again. .13:30 and counting left in the game. Savino back in for the face-off. They're going to throw Savino out of the circle. Face off won by the Leafs. Up onto Stamstick, then pulled back. Cross ice comes out. Foot race here for Olsen and the Leafs player right in front of us. Hit put on, puck comes up the half wall. Cross ice pass to the far side point. Horbach gets the stick in there, able to poke it forward. Ryan trying to get that puck up and out. Savino takes it off his stick. Ryan now pressuring back to Horbach. Horbach trying to get it out of the zone, but can't. Leafs carry cross ice. Scissor play up at the top. Poke there by Stam. Stam working to get that puck loose and gets it out of the zone. Trying to spring Ryan, but puck's laying loose and finally picked up by Savino, but not in control, and the Leafs turn it around. Then dump it down deep. Olsen picking it up on the end wall. Hits the official. Trying to get that forward for Ryan. Shot coming by the Leafs across. Shot blocked there, not sure by whom, but picked up now by Ryan. Ryan going to chip it forward up that left wall, but unable to control. Puck gets thrown off the wall by Stam and picked up now down deep in the Lightning offensive end by the Leafs. They're rotating it back. Cross ice pass comes through. Miller catching up to the puck carrier there. Miller trying to put a poke on it with Gammon. Puck comes to near side, half wall, dumped down into the corner. Centering pass, shot over the top of that, picked up by Miller. Miller has it knocked off his stick. Dumped down to the half wall, back to the point. Shot coming, saved by Nash. Olsen with the puck, and he's just trying to flip this one down ice. Gets it out. There should be icing if the puck makes it. They wave icing off. It's Knutson pressuring down there with Pertiche and Betley. Puck comes out of the zone. Betley takes a hit and the puck trickles back in over the line, so we'll have an offsides. 11 minutes and counting. Betley in for the face-off with Pertiche and Langseth. Lehman and Moore, the defense. Puck carried in, controlled by the Leafs. Exiting out, getting it to Moore. Moore trying to get a quick pass forward, but unable to. And Betley stepping underneath, picks it off, but can't get the exit pass onto a Lightning stick. Pertiche now with the puck there on the far side half wall, takes a bump as he's trying to run it out. Moore now stepping back on the half wall, puts a hit in there. Betley to Pertiche, has it taken off his stick as the Leafs dump that back and regroup back in the neutral zone. Cross ice pass off of Pertiche's skates. Dumped around Moore. Langseth pressuring the puck carrier. Shot, weak shot, but weak shot trickles through, and the backside attacker able to just flip that one top shelf to put the score up to 9-2. Savino in for the face-off. Ryan and Warachka. Pulled back to Olsen. Olsen over to Horbach. Horbach up to Ryan. Ryan dumping it in for Savino. Savino trying to pick it up behind the net. Gets pushed around the corner. The Leafs picking it up there. Carrying, looking to make a pass if possible, but no good pass there, so he's going to carry it in. Drops, carries through. Olsen just going to rip this one down to the other end of the ice and will take an icing. So with 9:20 remaining and running, the faceoff will come deep down into the Lightning end. So Vertnik in for this faceoff with Gammon and Knutson. Faceoff pulled back by the Leafs. Going to cross ice, looking for the backside post. And just like that, another goal. 10-2, 8:45 remaining here in the game. Horbach with the puck to Olsen. Olsen going to bang it off the boards. They're going to call icing on that. So banged it off the boards, trying to get it down, get a chance to get a rush, but angle wasn't very good, and now face off deep in our end. Vertnick in for this face-off. Puck sitting on the dot. Olsen picking it out of the official skate. And then now back to Vertnick pushing it behind the net. Well, Miller back there with the puck carrier. Puck pushed to the end wall. Olsen with the puck there. Turning it around, going the other direction. Going to flip it up. Try to bounce it out of the zone. Ends up with it on a Leaf stick, and he's going to regroup in the neutral zone. Cross-ice pass coming. Rotating back, and they're just going to cycle back behind and reset things up again. Knutson stepping up towards the puck carrier, coming cross ice with Miller, and we've got odd man rush, saved by Nash off the pipe. Return, centering pass, puck laying loose in front. Puck still laying loose in front, pushed wide of the net. Leafs with control behind it, going to rotate up the point. We've got all of the Lightning players bundled up in front of the net. No forwards attacking shooters. So 11-2, now the score, 6:43 and counting remaining. Bentley in for this face-off with Pertiche and Langseth. Defense, Moore and Lehman. Face-off pulled back, controlled by the Leafs. They're going to bring this one in and just dump it down deep. Puck can be picked up behind the net by Lehman. He's going to rotate it around for Moore. Moore looking to spool this one up and stops. And then the Leafs turn the puck around right at the blue line. Good job by Bentley to angle back through there. Bentley and Lehman working against the puck carrier. Rotating far side to near side, back behind the net, coming up the half wall. You try to skate across, cross ice pass, shot off the crossbar, up to the point. Picked up there by Bentley. Bentley trying to chip that one around, but the Leafs dump it back down deep. Lehman going to pick it up here. Lehman rotating away from that check, looking for the pass. Shoots it behind a streak in Pertiche. Moore now picking up the puck carrier in that far corner. Puck chipped forward from Lehman to the point. Shot, almost redirected in by Bentley, but finally pushed to the side by Langseth. And up to Moore. Puck laying loose in front. Shot wide. Lehman trying to just get this one out, and does. Pertiche and Langseth pressuring as a puck gets shot into Olsen's feet as he's entering the ice. And then I believe the puck went into the bench and came back out. So we'll have a whistle and a face-off with 4:50 remaining. Vertnick in for the face-off with Gammon and Knutson. Olsen and Horbach the defense. Puck pushed to this near corner, rotating up the half wall, dumped down deep. Olsen puts a hit on there. Puck rotates up, Knutson taking a hit on the half wall with Vertnick. Knutson battling that half wall. Shot coming, blocker save. Olsen trying to chip it forward, can't get it out. Vertnick going to get it and just chip it out of the zone. 4:14 remaining. Puck laying loose, Gammon, pressuring with Vertnick. Causes the turnover, but the puck out of control and gets pushed up ice. Now Olsen putting his skates into the puck. Takes a hit there as he tries to get the puck up the half wall. Lost, shot around behind the net and gonna slip up to the point. Puck carrier dumped down deep, coming cross ice shot. Glove down by Nash. Good save by Nash there, 3:45 remaining. Bentley in for this face-off. Puck drop, won by the Leafs, pulled back, thrown down deep into the corner. More with their puck trickled towards there. Miller pushing it to the half wall. Miller trying to exit that. More flipping it up towards Warachka. Puck gets rotated back down deep off the end wall. Centering pass. Good job by Bentley to take out the shooter there. And Pratish looking to hit Warachka. Puck jumps the stick. No ice. They wave the icing off. Ooh! Pratish and the Leafs player both kind of lose edges as they go to the boards. Both up and okay. The Leafs pick the puck up, come back this direction. Moore does a good job putting a skate on it. Puck trickles in on net, and Nash scoops it up. 2.5 minutes remaining. Langseth and Vertnik and Gammon, the forwards. Olsen and Korbach, the defense. Puck going back to Olsen. Olsen trying to hit a streaking Langseth, but bounces off of a player. Puck rotates around the end wall. Gammon putting pressure on there. Puck rotates up Vertnik, and now Gammon picking that puck up on the half wall. Gammon going to carry it up that far side half wall and out. Loses the puck as he crosses into the offensive zone though, and the Leafs come back the other way. Carrying in, cross ice shot right into Olsen's skates. Oh, and I see there's a penalty call now. Not sure who the penalty is on, but it must be on the Lightning. Puck to the middle, shot, steered wide, and flipped down ice. So penalty called on Olsen. Knudsen in for this faceoff. Puck sitting on the dot, now controlled by the Leafs. Going to rotate this from the point, cross ice. Up to the point now. Back to the half wall. 35 seconds remaining. Cross ice pass. Down deep. Good job there. Oh, by Lehman to stop that, but didn't get it out of the zone. Leafs in control there. Still coming up front. Centering pass through. Shot coming from the point, blocked by Lehman, then flipped out of the zone. So 15 seconds remain here in the game. Puck carried up that far side, coming in on the near side, drop pass. Knudsen hustling back, trying to get a piece of it, and just there's the end. So not a very good show for the Lightning here. So we will just end this one. Final score 11-2.